throws it back one of the end zone.
Pittsburgh. Edron scores! Pittsburgh Riverhounds, USL Championship winners!
Well, they're standing a little bit proud. That ball's hit well toward the trap. And that ball is gone.
To the point, Rafalski shoots, knocked down in the net, scramble, Lindstrom shoots in a tremendous hit by Curry. The Penguins have done it! Sidney Crosby and the Penguins have won the Stanley Cup!
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled off the line, that's nothing. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
On three, Keller, good move, good skating, and good shot by Michael Keller.
Oh, and they'll score. Garrett Rupert's.
I hear they scared of it, but them pros ain't. As soon as I hit the club, look at the moon face. Hit the pedal once, make the floor shake. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you can tell them. Just made $1 million, got another $1 million on my schedule.
And big hit thrown by Keller.
No keys, push to start. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled off the line, that's nothing. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds, I'm in black and yellow.
Very first artist for the Wooster Bulls. Number 28, left away, Remington Reynolds. Center, number 24, Will Walden. Right away, number 23, Nick Sierra. Spin, number 22, Brandon Kowinski. Right defenseman, number 13, Anthony Tesoro. And starting in there, and starting for your higher skating forward. Number 81, Michael Keller. Number 21, Ryan Dixon. Number 94. Number 93, Benny Cunningham. Number 3, Jake Oswald. Starting in net, Carson Burkhardt.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars golden spikes for the rainbows were so ghostly streaming. And the rockets with the rain, the bombs bursting through the night, that I remember was still there. Oh, sing does that star spangled banner roar the land.
Welcome into Iron City Forge Hockey as they host the Wooster Bulls for a 2-game homestand this weekend. The first novice being here tonight And again tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. I'm Caden McCrory. Thanks for joining us. Don't have a working scoreboard, but you do see the one in the middle, and it'll be at the far left end of your screen momentarily. We'll be running off of those. I will remind the time and score as we go along. Wooster Bulls coming in for their first matchup of the season against the Iron City Forge after having the preseason battles where each team winning a piece on home ice. Wooster coming off a big win against the Centennials 7-6 last weekend. Iron City looking to get back in the win column after falling to Toledo last weekend and obviously forfeiting that other game due to the lack of roster players. But back here tonight with a full 18 rosters, including a couple of debuts. Jake Toda is making his debut along with Jake Bowles. It'll be Will Holden and Ryan Dixon in the face-off, the pair of captains to get this game underway. Wooster wearing their whites, going right to left. Iron City in black, left to right. Carson Burkhart getting the start for the Forge here. 0-4 at 6.44 goals against average. And then 8.86 on the other end. Jack Hudick, who's been one of the star players across the entire APHL, coming in with a 540 goals against a 913 save, despite not getting an actual win on the record. Here's Michael Keller storming in to the backhand. A save made by Hudick. Sokolsky trying to move out in front of Dixon. That'll go the length of the ice. Carson Burkhart comes out to play. Oshawa is going to move this one along the wall, off the stick of Sokolsky. Keller will pick it up and stride down that right wall. Keller storming in, backhand pad stop made by Hudick. Keller will get his own rebound. Up high to Benny Cunningham, had a goal last weekend in Toledo. Elects the shot blocked away by the Bulls. Keller, massive hit along the blue line. It's going to be thrown in by Remington Reynolds, one of the Wooster All-Stars. That elected, and Michael Keller throwing his weight around once more and went off for a change. This will sail off the boot of the Flying Bulls forward into the Iron City bench here at 18:54. Brendan Pawinski, Nick Sierra, Will Holden, Remington Reynolds, all getting the all-star bids for Wooster. As for Iron City, Michael Keller, Ricky Crum, AJ Bellman, Ryan Dixon, and Benny Cunningham earning those honors. Face-off win by the Bulls. Lined up shot there is blocked away by his own teammate. Will go off into the corner. Forge will play this one off the half wall, taken away now by AJ Bellman. Gets crunched along the penalty box door. Bellman down the left wall, tries to go backdoor, crashing into Hudick. We'll get Wessel here at 18:33. Both players seem to be okay. If there was a loss of footing, or if he was taken into the net. The straw will come outside. Zach Steele into the faceoff, going up against AJ Bellman. And that back to its moorings, and we can go back to play. Faceoff won by Wooster. Off the wall. Ricky Crum provides the pressure. Tristan Pawinski moves it up for Steele. Caught in his skates offside. The Bulls. Just ahead of that play, Michael Morera had himself 3 goals last weekend, including 2 in the win against the Centennials that we mentioned last Sunday, 7-6. We'll go with the Denny Bowley unit does coach Johnny McGuire and Joe Coulter. Denny Bowley getting a goal in Toledo. One of those players inserted back in the lineup against the Steelers a couple weekends ago. And said as soon as he gets one, it's seeming like the floodgates will open, and seemingly one has found its way into the back of the net. And now we'll see Bowley back on home ice and continue his goal-scoring streak. Bulls will send this one the length. Back is Bulls for the icing. It is the aforementioned Jake Bulls, wearing number 14 here today, making his APHL debut. You'll see Jake Toda rocking number 71 on that left wing, making his APHL debut as well. Richie Doyle on the faceoff, tries to go back to Bolu. Bolu throws his man hard into the wall. Bulls defense will send this one to center. Bounce off the boot of Morera. Be the first one to it. Morera feels the pressure, spins away, takes this one underneath. Dangles Schmidt, holds on to the puck. Smooth skater number 86. And has a knack for finding his way in some open space. Morera moves this one to the middle, bouncing puck taken away by the Forge. Up for Richie Doyle. Doyle Skates his way into the zone, works this one to the outside. Electric shot and a save made by Hudick. Zach Steele picks up for the Wooster Bulls. Will bank this one in. First one to it down the left wing wall is Cole Reynolds. Actually takes a bounce for Benny Cunningham, but the Forge will get to it first. Bolu tries to airmail this one out. Blocked away by the Bulls, getting some fresh bodies on. Backhand chance squirts wide, then out of Burkhardt. Patrick Ostrander with the opportunity. Dixon tied up along the wall. First line back on for Iron City. Omenchensky has a little trouble with it. Will be turned up the wall by the Forge, not completely out, kept alive. Benny Cunningham banks it forward for Dixon. Ryan Dixon with some room down the right wall, goes to the middle for Keller. Keller back to point to Cunningham one time, deflected in front for Sokolsky, and he scores. Jacob Sokolsky gets the party started. It's 1-0 Forge. What a deflection in front by Sokolsky to find his way for his 8th goal of the season. You're talking about all-star snub. I think Jacob Sokolsky might be the top of the list for the Forge. Has had himself a phenomenal rookie year. Now 13 points on the season, with Keller and Dixon getting the primary assist on that one. Forge back in the offensive zone. He banked out by the Bulls to center. Cross pass doesn't work. Dixon going to kick this one forward. Dixon all along the wall there by Pawinski, one of the aforementioned all-stars of this Wooster squad. Aquad tries to bank it off the wall. Takes a bounce off the referee, almost in a Forge favor. Cunningham will get this one to center, bank this one into the zone. Bulls, D-to-D behind the net. And airmail this one, Dixon knocks it down, but now the Bulls storm forward. Wind up shot there, saved by Burkhardt on Anthony Caserta. Whaley having a little trouble with it, moves it to the slot. Schramm winds up, and a save made by Burkhardt. And then a little pushing in front of the net with the extra jab. Dixon takes the fence and will be broken up here behind the net. 15-53, 1-0 Forge. That's Sokolsky goal. Carson Burkhardt's last outing, having a 60-save loss against the Summit City Distillers. Probably one of the best games we have seen on the Akron alumni goaltender. Face-off win by the Bulls. Holden winds up shot, and that'll deflect off a couple bodies and out of play. They'll do it right again from that right circle. Will Holden having himself a phenomenal season. 5 goals and 14 points. Obviously getting himself that all-star nomination. Generally a no-brainer from this Wooster squad. Behind an Alec Crouch challenging, one of the alternate captains of this Forge squad. Will move this up to the blue line, not out. Ricky Crump stumbles with it. Reynolds will just send this one momentarily in. Garrett Rupert winds this one the length of the ice. Icing is called off. Hudick's going to leave this one off for Mike Starr. Starr goes off the wall. Left Holden. Waiting. It's going to send it in the low ceiling. Plays dividend, and the puck actually gets stuck in the mooring. See, the one advantage for the Forge here, obviously playing here at Frozen Pond Arena, is knowing how to play with this low ceiling. As for the Bulls, most of these players played in that preseason game. Have a slight remembrance of it, but it takes some getting used to again. It was a physical matchup for the first 2 times he's played. Bulls holding in their own zone, be chipped out by Bellman. Bellman with some speed, brings Marquis upon with him. And be a penalty coming up for Tripp. So it looks like it'll be Brendan Pawinski off to the box for a trip. And the Forge will head to the power play where they have struggled at times. 16%. This Bulls penalty kill, one of the best, averaging around 78%. Have yet to score a shorthanded goal. Forge have a couple bodies on here with at least one. Ryan Dixon on the face-off. Right-handed center, team captain. Maybe Alec Krause to the right. Jacob Sokolsky to the left. Benny Cunningham and Michael Keller. The shooters up high. Morera will be this one to take the face up for Wooster. So work to get the penalty on the board. Keller, 28 points this season, including 11 goals. Has at least one on the power play, one short-handed. Alex Krause leading the team with 2 power play goals. All of them coming in the first handful of games. Since then's been a little quiet on the goal-scoring efforts from number 12. They work to get this penalty on the board. I want to thank the scoreboard, as always, located just about 2 minutes away here from Frozen Pond Arena. Penalty on the board. Power play set to begin. Dixon's going to win the ball. Sokolsky quickly up for Cunningham. Cunningham back to Sokolsky. Drawn by Morera. Cross pass to Keller. Going to work his way down. Now takes it to the half circle. Back up high. Keller holding. Alexis shot deflect by Dixon. Ends up in the left wall. Sokolsky is going to move this back to the point to Keller. Fires it over to Cunningham. Out of the zone. Michael Morera. A lot of pressure on this Bulls penalty kill. Cunningham. Then drop to Keller. And a stutter step around Morera. Takes this way down the right wall. Keller winds up shot. Block rebound for Krause. And a glove save by Hudick. A minute 15 left on the power play. 14-16. Here in period number 1, as you mentioned, apologies for the no scoreboard. Had a little difficulties with that, so you'll see the center scoreboard and the far left scoreboard, as well as I'll reiterate times and scores throughout the game. That way we're all not left high and dry. Second power play unit on for the Forge. A.J. Bellman to take the face-off for Ryan City. It'll be a face-off tied up there by Wooster. Works its way to Daniel Schmidt. Down low to Ricky Crum. Alexis shot. Glove save made. Hudick will hold. 1:07 to go on the power play. Will Holden go back to the face-off. Did a phenomenal job on the first one. At least time up for a moment. Kill a little bit of that clock. Holden's going to win this forward. Ends up mistake of Aqua, a shot, and a glove save by Hudick. He'll hold once more. So goaltender and Jack Hudick, you're going to have to get more than one shot plus a rebound to get past him. He's been strong. Rebound control, some of the best in the APHL. Has seen time in the FPHL as a player and coach. Ultimately, the Bulls getting him back for their season. A big game. Pickpocketed by A.J. Bellman. An offsides called as the wingers of Ponce and Crum just ahead of the play. Still 49 seconds here on this Forge power play. Holden and Bellman will do it again. This one going to Holden. And the clear to center ice by the Bulls. Schmidt. Aqua back to Schmidt. Take this underneath. And give it off to Ricky Crum. The star rookies of the Forge squad taken away by Holden, and he'll just tap this one into the zone wisely. Under 30 on the power play. Crum. Stutter steps his way around Sierra. Crum continuing his stride. Gonna take this one underneath, looking for a lane. He's gonna keep his stride going. Pickpocket by Sierra and can get the clear. Along the bench, close to too many men. Forge not really knowing how many guys they have on the ice. Aqua tries to drive it in, caught in the skates of Chase Fry. Aqua gonna be able to get this one into the zone. Delosier at the blue line, plays this down low. Bulls go D to D. Over to Omenchensky. Spent time with the Toledo Mobsters last year, now joins the Bulls for this season. Zach Steele spent time with the Sun State Distillers last season. Welcome joining Wooster. Krause gets buried with a reverse check behind the net. Omenchensky has that Toledo mindset still with him to play physical and throw his weight around. It's a heavy guy to knock off the puck. Underneath, Omenchensky. Gonna dance around one. Take this underneath, looking for a lane up to the point to Caserta. Caserta, D to D. To Powinski, lines up shot. And that'll scale along the high glass and all the way down. Forge will take advantage. Noah Chris. Gonna just put this one on. Hudik. A little trouble with the shot and will elect to cover up here at 11:53. A wild first period so far. 11-5, the shots favoring Iron City. The lone goal from Jacob Sokolsky. The assist to Benny Cunningham and Michael Keller. Dixon off the face-off for Sokolsky. And a beautifully red block by Powinski. Morera tied up by Sokolsky. Gonna get this one out, and here come the Forge. 2-on-1 developing. Sokolsky to Dixon. Alexa Shaw, rebound save. Hudik dives and covers up. The Forge with an almost A-plus chance, but Jack Hudik answering the call. 2 shots by Sokolsky, and then the rebound for Dixon to no avail. I do want to congratulate Wooster head coach Jordan Romer as well, getting that All-Star nomination for the Eastern Division, I should say. Sorry. I think with Pittsburgh and Wooster, you think could be on the Western side, knowing some of these other teams. Oshawat's going to put that one toward the net. Keller trying to dig his way free. Out there come the Bulls. They move this one along the wall. Pass Benny Cunningham, foot race. Powinski with Morera offside. Bulls. He picked up in their own defensive zone. Turnover. Sokolsky winds up shot. A floater towards the net. Still loose, and Hudik gets down to make the save. Three 8-1 on the season are the Wooster Bulls. A couple of wins versus Thousand Island, and that win that is holding at large right now against the Centennials from last weekend. Talking about important games, both of these teams with 3 wins. Shot there is a stop from Hudik on Marquis Point at his debut in Toledo last weekend. Cunningham moves that one down to Crum, blocked away by the Bulls. Holden gets his pocket pick, looking in front for a Pont. Holding on. Sends this one underneath. Wanting Crum gets to him. One more pass underneath the Bellman. Oh, what a shot. Blocked away. With some steam, Nick Sierra puts one wide of the net. Nick Sierra, the top goal scorer of this Wooster squad. 9 goals, 13 points, including a power play goal. Now Bellman will pick it up. Bellman with some speed, the shifty forward. Still holding on to it in front for Cunningham. And just couldn't pull the trigger. Benny Cunningham. Out wide to Crum. Alexa shot blocker save made by Hudik. 15 shots Jack Hudik has seen thus far. Marquis Point. Holding. And take this one underneath. Looking for a lane. Just bank this off the wall. No one home. The point will go to himself. Big hit thrown there by Remington Reynolds as he takes a point hard into the wall. The Point, his first home matchup today, had himself a goal in his debut in Toledo. It's now the Bulls bring one forward up a shot there, saved by Burkhart on Reynolds. This will go down to Hudik, sticks it off into the corner. Bolu takes his man hard into the wall. Underneath. Little trouble with it is Toda. And now the Bulls will take this one to center. Big hit thrown there by Richie Doyle. Always not afraid, I should say, to get mixed up in it. Leads the team in penalty minutes. A slap shot there, trying to go for a backdoor pass. Doesn't go, Wooster bounced. Now listen, Steve come to Forge, a diving effort there to move this one up by Jake Bowles. Michael Keller with a little trouble in some space. So bounce to the blue line. Rupert keeps it alive for Iron City. Rupert down for Doyle. Sticks on net. Rebound for Doyle. Backhands it towards the blue paint. Comes out to Rupert. Over to Keller. The shot and a save by Hudick with the shoulder. Rebound is loose in the blue paint and whistle dead. Sokolsky, Dixon, and Keller providing a little bit of chance here. We got to get a lot of credit right now to Jack Hudick and the amount of shots he is facing. Dixon wins this to the wall. Sokolsky stutters his way over, gives it to Keller, a shot. A save made by Hudick. Shorter saves and seemingly a common theme so hard here for the Forge. Maybe trying to pick up high on that glove side. Keller, D to Rupert. Quickly up to Krause. One more pass to Kolsky. Now to Dixon. All 5 players touching the puck on that little rush. Sokolsky underneath. Moved in front, wanting Keller. The Bulls will pick this one up in their own zone. They'll get this one to center and dumped in. A big hit thrown by Krause on Whaley. And the cover by Burkhardt. 7:44 here in period 1. 1-0 your score in favor of the black and gold. And it actually looks like Krause is going to get a penalty for interference. So, a 16% Wooster power play will begin here. The Forge penalty kill has not been good as of late, 63% on the season. Face-off win by the Bulls. Go off to the point. And a little bit of miscommunication draws this one back to center. Matt Omenchensky moves this one over to Holden. Up for Reynolds. Drop pass to Holden. Goes across the point. Caserta lines up shot. A stick save by Burkhardt. In the corner. Out with it come the Bulls. Turning shot by Sierra. And a stop there by Burkhardt with some traffic in front. Remington Reynolds, seemingly the shooter on the power play. 3 power play goals on the year. Kowinski and Caserta each have 1 as well. Ball start off the face-off. They'll do it again. Bulls will win the draw. Reynolds to Caserta. To the middle to Omenchensky. Fans on the attempt and the clear by Cunningham. Now a foot race. Hudick having a little trouble with it. Now we'll move this one up as Bellman giving the goaltender and the Bull defense a little bit of discomfort. Holding. Drop pass for Sierra. Flying stick of Bellman. Technically now a 5 and a 3.5. Back to the point, Powinski. Over to Holding. Bellman takes a run at him. Now gets his stick back. Through the middle, Bellman drives up Powinski and gets the puck out. Forge at least will get 2 forwards, now 1 defenseman off. It's Jake Oakwat, the only one that stays on the ice. Hudick. Leave this one off for Holden. Holden. Banks this one off the wall, finds his man. This one will go underneath. Looking in front, now back to the point. Morera. Back to Powinski. Sends this one underneath, blocked by Schmidt. Cleared up to the Forge bench, stays in play. Pressured by a point, down low to Powinski. Powinski in front, a chance in the save by Burkhardt. Morera. Moves away to the slot, finds the man down low. One-time chance in the stop by Burkhardt. Sokolsky can flip this one to center. Krause is set free and a successful kill here for the Forge. Herrera. It's around Sokolsky. Well, their shifty forwards has been a menace all night long. Gets dragged to the ice and clear to center ice. Reynolds gets broken up. He's thrown into the zone. No weird bounce. Hudick has some trouble with the glove. Eventually gets down to hold. 5:22 here in period 1. Still 1-0 Forge if you're just joining us. Jacob Sokolski's 8th of the season. These two teams are going to see a lot of each other over the next little bit. Forge, after this weekend, only 4 home games. 2 more of them will be against this Wooster squad, and a couple visits to Wooster as well are mixed in there, along with the visit from the Toledo Mobsters, excuse me, in February. Richie Doyle driving his way in, tries to pull it underneathly, picked up by Bolu. Denny Bolu sends it down low, finds his man off the boot here, Garrett Rupert. Jake Toda lines up his man, gets some contact, and this puck will be cleared to center ice. Who else but Will Holden, which drives the rush in, save made by Burkhardt. Jacob Baxter is going to send this one of the newer members of this Bulls roster. He's only playing 4 games, playing the 2 last weekend against the Centennials. So he picked up at center. Sierra. Wind up. That shot sails around the horn. Keller will pick it up. Over for Dixon. Top line back out for Iron City. Dixon makes one-man miss. Reverse hit there by the captain. Kraus gets some contact. Gets it off to Dixon. Winds up. It's off the stick of Powinski and into the low ceiling. 4:02 here in period 1. Top unit going to stay on. We've seen so much of the Dixon, Kellers, and Crum unit. Now mixing it up, getting Jacob Elmo Sokolski on this top line, deservedly so. He's had a wonderful year for this team. The shot there by Aqua goes high over the net. Underneath, Michael Keller picks it up. Move to the middle, bouncing puck. Huda gets down, rebound loose. Keller plays it in front, come with it through the Bulls. They'll bank this one to center ice. Aqua escapes the pressure of Cole Reynolds. Sent into the Bulls zone. Dixon knocks that one down. No high stick, regardless the Bulls touch it. Cole Reynolds puts one towards the net, blocked away by Aqua. Keller will pick it up behind his own net. Banked forward for Sokolski. Hudick will come out to play it. Too hard of a pass. Turnover for Wooster. Sokolski winds up in a shoulder save made by Hudick. Saves another A+ Iron City chance to have now put 21 shots on Wooster in 16:59. Hudick will minor repairs to the helmet. Deservedly so to give himself a little bit of a break here from all the shots you've seen. Noah Chris face-off win perfectly to Benny Cunningham. Taps this one underneath for Delosier. Played away by Starr. Now Wooster with some speed up ice. Steele leaves it off for Morera. Morera winds up a shot and a block by Cunningham. So go backdoor Wooster. Looking to set something up here. Up to the point. It'll make its way to Johnston. Goes D to D. Up for Zach Steele. Pinned forward. Shot here by Morera, rings off the iron. Morera getting his own rebound. Another chance loose in front. And a stop by Burkhardt. Puck makes its way out to Morera once more. Somehow it's a magnet on a stick how much he's been on the puck tonight. Shot from the point deflected, goes behind the net. 2:05 here in the first period. Caserta winds up shot, deflected away by Dan Schmidt. In that far left corner, out with it come the Bulls. Sharp angle chance denied. Second chance for Steele and a save by Burkhardt. Kept alive at the point by Caserta. Winds up shot high over the net. Chase Fry Picks this one up. He'll bring Noah Chris with him. Shot there by Fry. Is denied by Hudick. Now broken up by the flying stick of the new member, number 14, Jake Bowles. Bellman chances around one, escapes the hit, but loses the puck to Pawinski. Brandon Pawinski, a goal and 4 points. The defenseman, very active in all ends of the ice. There is a Norris Trophy conversation. I think Brandon Pawinski might be the Wooster Bowl candidate. As we talked a lot about Kyle Wilkins from Buffalo last season and this season, being one of those top-tier defensemen that helps you in all assets, physicality, offense, defense, special teams. Kind of what you get out of a guy of Brandon Pawinski. Bellman, a tap it in the zone, negates the icing under a minute to play. 49 seconds to be exact. Bellman tries to flip this one over, finds Marky Applaw, gets dragged to the ice. No call there. Actually, yes, there will be. So the Bulls will touch up 38.9. Iron City will head to the power play. It will be a trick. It'll be Ryan Johnston, one of the defensemen. For a trip here, 38.9, so there's a lot of carryover time. The Forge don't capitalize. Top power play out. Dixon to Sokolsky, over to Cunningham. Back to Sokolsky, flip to Cunningham once more. Sokolsky wanted the one-timer and fanned on the attempt, and the clear by Wooster. Burkhart comes out. Looks up ice to Sokolsky, hits him in stride. Sokolsky, some room down the right wall, leaves it for Dixon. Broken up by the Bulls. And now Remington Reynolds storms up ice. It's tied up with Cunningham, 10 seconds to go. Reynolds taps down low, and a chance pushed wide by Holden. The Forge will just send it the length, not enough time for Keller to race it down. Holdick will hold. And at the end of 1-0 Forge, thanks to that Sokolsky goal. A minute 21 of power play time will roll over into period number 2. But we'll step aside for the time being. 1-0 Forge. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second period. Second period about to begin here from Frozen Pond Arena. A minute 21 power play carries over here for Ryan City after the Ryan Johnson tripping penalty at the 39-second mark of period number 2. Off the draw, Sokolsky, the lone goal scorer of the game tonight, puts one on. A 6-save made by Jack Hudick. Back up for him tonight is Luke Bell. As for Ryan City, they have Cody Silvis backing up Carson Burkhardt. So he sent the length. Out comes Burkhardt to play it. Leaves it off for Michael Keller. Under a minute to go here in the power play. They send it off the wall for Sokolsky. Sokolsky down that right wing wall. Looking for some space. Alexis shot. Shoulder save made. Puck loose. Bulls will tap this one underneath. Sokolsky skates to it first. Fans on the first pass. Gets it down to Keller. Backhand looking for a man. Benny Cunningham will pick it up the top of the left circle. Underneath to Dixon. Back up high to Cunningham. Once more to Dixon. Nowhere to go with it. Cunningham. Waiting. Draws his way in. Off his backhand will spin. Nowhere to go. Down to the final 10 of the power play. Caught along that corner, the Bulls doing a phenomenal job holding this puck. Sokolsky winds up shot that'll ricochet around the boards. Johnston set free. Another successful kill for Wooster. Holden drives in a shot saved by Burkhardt. A rebound collected by Keller as Holden goes awkwardly into the wall and will make his way to the bench. Sokolsky over to Kraus, winds up shot in the breadbasket of Hudick and holds on here at 18-19. We'll keep an eye on Will Holden. He's on the bench. Just some discomfort. Hasn't left the bench. It's a good sign for the Wooster Bulls. AJ Bellman on the face-off here for Ryan City. We go to the wall in favor of the Bulls. Taken by Ostrander. Out to Morera. Morera down the right wing wall is going to bank it for Steele. Turned over, and now the Forge come the other way. Led by a point. We'll send this underneath for Crum. Crum looking to the middle, one of Bellman. Steele all over it. And now the Bulls come up ice. Shot comes in, stick stopped by Burkhardt. One of the covered, lets it go. Bellman makes his way around a run, picked his pocket, was Morera. Now Rupert quickly around the wall to Aponte. Wooster off sides, Garrett Rupert will take his time behind his own net. Off for Ricky Crum. It's stood up hard by Morera. Morera, by his lonesome, walks in. He scores. Morera stays high, and it's 1-1. You kind of felt it coming from Morera. He's been all over the puck all night long, and finally gets rewarded for his efforts with a goal. 4 goals in the last 3 games. A bad turnover there, and off to the races. 1-1 here in 17-10. Morera's 5th of the season. The first goal for Wooster here tonight. Here's Kenneth Whaley. Down the right wall, and Burkhardt will make the stop as Schmidt takes away the stick of Whaley. The Bulls kind of find their groove offensively. It took them a little bit. Notoriously been a strong first period team, kept scoreless here at Frozen Pond until the start of the second, as that'll get deflected out of play. Doyle on the faceoff once more. We've seen Bolu in the faceoff majority of the time. Now Doyle kind of taking that draw, both right-handed. As Doyle loses the stick, catches it. Nifty play there by Richie Doyle. That shot gets through. Burkhart lost his footing. A lucky break there for the Forge. He picked up by Jake Toda. Gives it over to Dan Schmidt. Bulls play this one to center. Richie Doyle. Will wind his way into the zone. Looking for some space. Gives it off to Toda. Sent up high to Bulls. Couldn't get to him. Doyle makes a run in his man, gets some contact. Bulls plays it at center all the way back to Benny Cunningham. Cunningham spins this underneath. Now sent off a stick of Doyle at center. Bulls reflect. Break free of the Bulls' defensive zone. Caserta works his way in. Stutter steps his way. Doyle will get to it first, and Caserta levels Doyle into the boards. Doyle a little ahead of the play. Will head off at the 15:30 mark. Sierra kept a little quiet so far tonight. His first game back in action in a little bit. Keller banks it off the wall. Referee with the block. Dixon can't get the bounce he wanted to. Now the Bulls storm up ice. Shot there by Reynolds and will be closed on by Burkhart for the save. Shots from period 1, 21-17 in favor of the Forge. With our shots 6-5 in period 2 in favor of Iron City. Side up face-off goes to Wooster. Star a floater towards the net. Burkhart gets a piece of it. Reynolds tries to put it through the blue paint. Finding play at the top of the circle. Kept alive there by Johnston. In front, Holden to Reynolds, and they score. Remington Reynolds' 8th of the season, and the Bulls take their first lead of the night. A nice play here by the Bulls in their offensive zone to make this a one-goal game in favor of them this time around. And the Bulls faithful here rise to their feet. The top line, you felt like it was coming. Reynolds to be the one to put that one in the back of the net to beat Burkhart, and 2 early goals here in the first 5 minutes. Noah Chris provides some contact. Forge trying to get some life here with his 4th line. Herrera finds Steele. Beautiful pass. Steele one-on-one, a shot high over the net. On the corner, picked up by Noah Chris. Takes this behind his own net. Up one and chase. Fry, shadowed by Marrero, will tap it into the zone. Ostrander, the first 2, plays this underneath. Herrera couldn't get it fully out, kept alive by Chris. The Lozier tied up in the slot. Now the Bulls have a chance, a turnover, caught in the skates of Delosier. Finds way to Fry, a turning chance, and the stick save made by Hudick. Delosier fanning on the attempt. Now come the Bulls, bringing 3 up ice. Through the middle, Steele to Marrero. Dangling his way, gets tripped up by Fry. No call there. They'll let him play on. Bellman loses his footing. Rupert to clear, and we'll get to center ice. Ostrander harassed by Fry, who played all the way back to Powinski. Gets the center line, sends it in. Bulls change. Steele. The lone guys to stay on the ice. Moves it up to the point. Shot through traffic, pushed wide the net. Bellman takes his man hard into the wall. Moves this one up for Ricky Crum. Crum trying to find some space. Doesn't see, finds a man now. A shot there floating toward the net by Marky Aponte. Spinning is Powinski. Brendan, that is, looking for a lane. Tries to find Schramm, broken up by Bellman. Forge offside if they let the puck go. Quick passing play, back to Polinsky. Banks is off the wall. As Bulls leave it off for Aponte. Aponte looking for a lane. Let's take it in hard to the wall. Sent around, looking for Crum. Caserta there. Leaves it off for Cole Reynolds. Back underneath. Bulls bank it. Collected here by Bulls. Rookie, or Bellman, excuse me. Makes one man miss. Olenchensky with the turnover. Shot there, high over the net. Into the netting. Out of play here at 12:08. Multi fans coming home with a souvenir. That one going over the small area there by the Bulls bench, where pucks can make their way into the walkway. Sierra at the face-off win. It's pushed off into the corner hard by Doyle. Out there comes Holden. Good to see him back on the ice after getting shaken up last shift. And they score. Will Holden sneaks its way through. His 6th of the season. It's 3-1 Bulls. An awkward little break there for the Forge defenders, and somehow Will Holden finds some open twine to make it 3-1. His own man might have screened him in front there for the Forge. So 3-1 your score. All 3 goals coming in the last 8 minutes from Wooster. It started with Michael Marrera, followed up by Remington Reynolds, and now the captain Will Holden. Promising start for the Forge, now down by 2. Bowler, cross pass, wind up shot by Toto wide of the net. Back to the point, Aquan have a little bit of trouble. Retreats to center. Star plays it off the center. Now the Bulls find a lane. They are offsides. Holden retreats. Gives it off to Johnston. Bulls offense change it. Sierra can't get it down. Aqua banks it down. Bolu will head off to the bench. Aqua trying to go through the middle. Can't find his man. Now here come the Bulls. Possible breakaway. Steele having a little trouble holding on to that puck. The Forge still up ice in a bang hit thrown by Aqua. Offsides called. Here at 10:50.
That's why.
Top line fully out. Keller, Dixon, and Sokolsky. Against the Marrera unit, Zach Steele on the faceoff. Faceoff one, Dixon all the way out to Keller, sets it up to Kraus. Kraus skating into center. Marrera picks his pocket. And now here come the Bulls. Steele winds up shot, and a save made. Second chance goes through the blue paint. Rupert takes away the chance in the middle of the ice. Bouncing puck. Keller leaves it off for Dixon. Harassed by Marrera. Keller back to Dixon. Bouncing past his stick. Rupert will send it quickly in. Forge touch up. Now on the attack. Sokolsky all over it off the deflection, and they score. Sokolsky times 2, and we're back to a 1-goal game. A bad turnover by the Bulls in front of their own net. And Jacob Sokolsky's 2nd of the game. A bad break by Jacob Baxter in the Bulls defense. 1-goal game at the halfway mark of the second period and the halfway mark of this hockey game.
94, Jacob
Burkhart will get down and make the stop. That'll be a defensive zone draw here for Iron City. 3-2 if you're just joining us. Sokolsky opened the scoring for the Forge in the first, 3 straight by the Bulls. After that, now Sokolsky adding a second, make it back to a 1-goal game. Top line doing wonders for the Forge right now. Shot from the point by Powinski, hammered wide of the net. Now a foot race. Aponte wins the race, but loses it. As now quickly Caserta storms up ice. Broken up by Bulls. Bulls will be the first to it. As hard into the wall when one of the Bulls forwards seems to be all right. Ricky Crum sends it the length in a foot race. The point Schmidt winds up a floater, gets blocked away. Bulls stands up and makes a play, floats it toward the blue line. Crum with a block and pushed into the Bulls zone. Ostrander can't move it forward. Daniel Schmidt all over it. Forge going for a couple of changes here with 9 minutes to go. Bulls trying to go for a home run pass. Gets its way to Sierra. Into the middle for Holden. What a shot. And he scores. Will Holden, second of the game. And the Bulls get it right back. It's 4-2. Bad turnover now on the Forge end of things, and Will Holden, second of the game. The captain making a statement for his team. Sierra on the assist, continuing his hot season. On the skates of Richie Doyle. Move forward to the floor. Doyle winds up shot. That'll float off the stick of Baxter. And out of play. Offensive zone draw. Richie Doyle steps in. Win this one to the wall. Finds Toda. And send this underneath for Bolu. Bolu along the wall to Aquan. Aquan tries to put one on, keeps it in play. Now sends it around. Bulls go D Baxter. Banks it off the wall, a turnover. And now played to center by the Bulls. Reynolds retreat all the way back. This will be the length of the ice out with it. Bowers Burkhardt just can't get off to the wall. Shot from the point, gets deflected wide. Off the boot of Doyle, pop free to Sierra and banks one off the iron. Toda can't get it out. Kept alive somehow, some way by the Bulls. And now Benny Cunningham storms up ice. Cunningham to the outside, a shot pushed wide. Sierra down the right wing wall, shadowed by Keller, blocked away by the Forge, turned over once again. Turning chance saved by Burkhardt. Forge can clear this one down ice. Foot race that will go in favor of the Bulls and an icing here at 7:12. It's 4-2 Wooster here in period 2. The face off in the left circle to the right of Burkhardt. Zach Steele against Richie Doyle. Go in favor of the Forge off the drop, or excuse me, Morera to pick it up. Turning chance is blocked away. Steele on the one-timer. That one banks off the side of the net. Morera to the middle. Shot there and a save by Burkhardt. Sokolsky trying to float to Keller. Couldn't find him. And now the Bulls storm up ice. Offsides is called. We'll get the rest of that first line out here. Dixon. Couple of new defenders as well. A steel unit will stay on for Wooster. Dixon face-off win for Ryan City. Corral it. He banks it down for Pawinski. D to D, now the Bulls set something up. Pawinski, shot put on net, pushed wide by Burkhardt. That pass intercepted by Sokolski. Going up against Caserta. Down the right wall, extra shot. Goes to Dixon's direction and now cleared by the Bulls. Here, Rupert. Will bank it down, nice Caserta for the Bulls. Gonna airmail this one to center. Finds way to Morera. Off for Steele. Steele, 2-1 Tristan Pawinski, diving effort by Burkhardt to make the save. Net comes off at 6:05. Stretching his way to the other side of the net, Carson Burkhardt. The flair for the dramatic with the saves the last couple of games. Dixon versus Omenchensky. Dixon will slap this one down to center ice. It's Johnston harassed by Keller. Pushed off the ball by Starr to center ice. Rupert sends it down. A falling Bull. Dixon pulls it wide of the net. Takes a weird bounce off the glass. Alec Krause has pressure coming. And Dixon unable to get a hold of it. Sokolski pushes it off the wall to Bellman. Bellman waiting. Tries to go up by wanting Dixon. Gets to him. Dixon wanting Sokolski far end. And a bank off the wall. Krause. One-time chance pushed wide of the net. Dan Schmidt. Beneath the Sokolski. Wanting to go to the middle. No one there. Bulls home run pass goes wide of Cole Reynolds. Icing was not called. Cole Reynolds, I believe, getting a piece of it. This one at the Forge blue line, sent in now by Whaley. Left off for Dan Schmidt. Directing traffic. A bank it off the wall. Pass Marquis Apont. Holden. For Sierra through the middle. Sierra works his way in. A shot blocked by Schmidt. Krause. What felt like contact was coming. Moves that quickly. Now puck squirts free at the blue line. Ricky Crum will drive it. Crum, a shot there blocked away. Crum behind the net. Moved around for Aqua. Sent down low for Apont. Looking for a lane, doesn't like what he sees. Gets buried hard into the wall by the Bulls. A bouncing puck covered up by Hudik here at Fort Set. Shots 37-29 in favoring Wooster. After a 21-17 was your shots in favor of the black and gold after the first. Be the Doyle unit on for the Forge, going up against that top Wooster line. Caught in Aquat. Can't move it up ice, and now the Bulls quickly storm. Richie Doyle underneath. Nine Bulls up ice and Sokolski. Sokolski turning chance for Bolu, loose in front. Hudik diving down, somehow gets a piece of it and holds on. Not sure how the Forge unable to get a chance off. And Jack Hudik down and out. Doyle goes forward on the face-off. Shot save made. Rebound loose, comes out to the side of the net. Aqua will bank it off the wall. Steele will get to it first for Wooster. Turns it over. Aqua walks in, shot, rebound loose for Bolu, tied up by the Bulls. Bolu throwing his man hard to the ice. Bolu wanting to go back to the point. Doyle gonna bank it off the penalty box doors. Making a couple men miss. Bolu lines up again and makes some contact. Zach Steele on the receiving end of a couple of hits. And now Doyle behind the play, drawing it up with Powinski. Bowles puts one on, pad stop made. Caserta gets met by Dixon. Physicality really finding its way here in the end of the second period. Keller moves it along the wall, tries to get this one out, pops free. Caserta with some room down that right wall. Let's take it underneath. Up to the point, and shot by Baxter is blocked away. Omenchensky lines up. That one gets through a couple of bodies all the way around. Turn over to Dixon. For Sokolsky. Out of energy, but will be the first of the puck. Knocks away the icing. Top line's been out here for quite some time for Iron City. They need to get a couple of changes and fast. But here comes Wooster the other way once again. Omenchensky, 6 save by Burkhart. According to the netting out of play here at 149. The Forge able to finally get some forwards off the ice. Face off win by Wooster. To the point. Shot by Baxter. Deflected through some traffic and wide. Krause tries to get this one out. Bouncing puck favors Bellman. 3-on-1. Bellman through the middle. Gets taken down hard by Starr into Hudick. We get a whistle here. As now Bellman and Starr will mix it up. Looks like Hudick's okay skating that one off, but Mike Starr, the one that initiated the contact. Let's see if it's a penalty or just an escort toward the Wooster bench. It is a penalty. So Mike Starr will sit. And the Forge power play, similar to the end of the first period, having a chance to do some man damage before heading to the dressing room. So 1:33 on the game clock. And 27 seconds of carryover time if needed into period 3. Face-off goes in favor of Wooster. Powinski skates it to center. Stripped away by Doyle. Doyle wants himself. Gets it to center, now into the Wooster zone. Skates his way into the forehand. A save by Hudick. Rupert lines up with space. That one high over the net. Ricky Crum has some trouble with it. Now some pressure coming by Sierra. Rupert retreats back. Looking for a lane. Marky Apont with them. Off the boot of Crum, a turnover. As Holden gonna kill some time in his own zone, gives it off to Sierra. Holden's gonna go all the way back this one to Powinski. 40 seconds of game time. Now the final minute of power play time. Burkhart comes out, leaves it off. Aqua banks it off the wall, another miscue. And Powinski has daylight to send this down ice. Burkhart. Around for Rupert. Leaves it off for a pawn. 13 seconds. Forge have to hurry to get one final opportunity in the second. A pawn. Down the right wall. Is going to bank it down low. Final 3. Sokolsky first to it. Tries to move this in front. Rupert a chance and blocked away by the Bulls. And a very uneventful power play for the Forge headed to the dressing room, but Wooster putting up a 4 spot. 2 goals from the captain Holden, along with Remington Reynolds and Michael Morera. Jacob Sokolsky, the lone goal for the Forwards in the second, his second of the night. We'll head to the dressing room. 15 minutes of intermission time. 26 seconds of the Mike Start penalty will resume at the beginning of the third period. We'll set aside and be right back. Third period set to begin here from Frozen Pond Arena. 20 minutes on the clock, 26 seconds of power play time. Here for the Forge after that late Mike Starr penalty. Down by 2. Forge in their black uniforms going left to right. Bulls in their whites going right to left. Carson Burkhardt for Iron City. Jack Hudick for Wooster. Puck down, here we go. Sokolsky has a little trouble on the entry. Dixon will get it back all the way to Benny Cunningham. Cunningham trying to open up some space. Gets around Sierra and now storms up ice. Cunningham works it underneath. Gets knocked off the puck. Sokolsky for Dixon all the way back. Star set free. And 3 for 3 on the PK is Wooster. Through the middle, Keller gets knocked off the puck. Turnover to Cunningham. Walks in. A save made by Hudick. Dixon picks it up. Backhand turning. Tries to go through the blue paint. Hudick holds on. Here at 19-13. 2 really good chances for the Forge post power play. And they'll change it up quickly here. We're going to see a lot of those 5 throughout the rest of this game. Kraus, Cunningham, Dixon, Sokolsky, Keller. Be Bellman and Sierra on the faceoff. Be one back. A Ponce. Trying to go across for Crum. Be placed out of the zone by Wooster. First 2 will be Danny Schmidt. Schmidt holding behind his own net, goes around the wall. All the way down. Ostrander picks it up for Wooster and will quickly bank it into the Forge zone. Bellman dangles one, gets the pass across to Crum. Crum to Aponte, shot high over the net. Aponte's going to bank it down low. Baxter off the glass, and Bellman keeps it alive with the blue line. Gets hit hard into the Wooster bench. And now a 2-on-1 developing. Crum trying to get back. The stretch pass for Steele to no avail. Garrett Bowles. Or Jake Bowles, excuse me, banks it out. Ostrander. Met by Bowles along the wall, caught on the back of the net. Wooster comes out with it. Looking to go cross ice. Steele, holding, shot high over the net. Lewinsky turns it over to Doyle. Banks it out to Bolu. 2-on-2 with the Bulls changed. Doyle. The Bolu in the blue paint. Hudick somehow escaping that one. Bolu winds up shot. Another stop by Hudick. Doyle picks him up along the circle. Put on net. Another easy stop there for Hudick. Cunningham will bank it down low. Around the wall, Jake Toda chasing. Had a couple of big hits here in this third period. Trying to make his name for himself. Bolu sends it down low. Mike Starr picks it up for Wooster. At the blue line, kept alive. Aqua walks in a shot. He scores. Jake Aqua finds some twine and gets it to the back of the net. It's 4-3. Another weird-looking shot against Hudick. Aqua finds it. And it's a one-goal game. His 6th of the season. Here at 17-11 of the third period. 1 goal separates the Bulls and Forge. They were tightly contested in both preseason matchups, and both with the same win total in the 25-26 season. Offensive zone face-off. Here for Iron City, top line out. Aqua unassisted. Face-off win for Wooster. Okay, so go off the high ceiling and they'll do it again. It's going to be a little game recap. 4-3 Wooster. Sokolsky from Keller and Cunningham's how we open things, and then some goals from Wooster. Michael Morera's 5th of the season, followed by Remington Reynolds, assisted by Holden and Johnston, followed by Holden's first from Reynolds and Sierra, and then Holden from Sierra. Sokolsky finds one for Iron City, and now Aquad. And that's how we got to where we are. Dixon driving in. Couldn't pull the trigger, tied up by Sierra behind the net. Sokolsky joins him, puck squirts free at the top of the right circle. Garrett Rupert pinching down, and now the Bulls bring 3 up ice. Keller takes it away. Wanted to go Rupert. Turned over once again. Offsides. Bulls not called. Forge bench up in arm. Shot there by Sierra. Blocked by Dixon, laying his body on the line. Garrett Rupert. Airmails in the middle to Dixon. Gets at the length. Dixon on his horse. Squaring up against Baxter. Underneath the Keller in front for Sokolsky. Just couldn't reach the stick. Bulls. To Sokolsky on the entry. Sokolsky shot. Had some room. Hits off a Hudik. And out of play. 42-41 the shots. Favoring the black and gold thus far. Iron City winning the shot advantage in the first. Wooster in the second. It'll be the Apont, Bellman, Crum line. Off the draw. Wooster pushes it out to center. Morera on his horse. Gets around Bulls. Puts one towards the blue paint wide of the net. Steal. Draw pass broken up by Marquis Apont. He storms up ice. Apont trying to separate. Gives it off to Crum. A shot and a glove save made by Hudik. Another offensive zone draw on that right circle. Left to Jack Hudik. Tied up face off. Goes in favor of the Bulls. Back is Bulls. I don't know how I haven't tongue twisted that all night long. Bulls and Bulls. Bulls meaning one player on Iron City. Bulls meaning the other team wearing a white and orange. Not confusing whatsoever. Here's Zach Steele. Puts one towards the net. Burkhart getting a piece of it. Morera turns it over to Bellman. Apont leaves it off for Bellman just ahead of his reach. Ricky Crum will skate back to his own zone. 4th of the way through period number 3. Crum. For Bulls. Storms his way up ice. Makes some contact. Bulls will get it back. Morera skates it into the zone. Offsides is called. Zach Steele just ahead of the play. So this will come outside the forward zone. Both teams will get some fresh bodies on the ice. Omenchensky and Doyle on the face-off. 2 big guys, not afraid to throw their weight around. This one going in favor of Richie Doyle. Aqua to Bolu. Quickly up, finds a man. Back to Doyle. A shot and a blocker save. Toda throws his man hard into the wall and gets some love there from Baxter. Doyle turning chance, wanting Bolu. Bounce off of his stick and gets thrown in hard to the wall. Bolu underneath to Toda. Tries to find his lane in front. Couldn't hit it. Cunningham winds up and he scores. Benny Cunningham tie game. He stays hot. And it's all tied up at 4. A shot with eyes from Benny Cunningham, the All-Star elect. And the Iron City faithful rise to their feet. Cunningham's second straight game with a goal, his 6th of the season. And number 93 is finding his game. Sokolsky gets buried along the blue line by Caserta. In response, the Bulls not going to go away quietly. Kraus trying to take a run. Pawinski dodging. Now Dixon leaves it off for Keller. Stretch past to Kraus down the right wall. Kraus look to set things up, slow it down. In front for Dixon, bouncing puck. Keller will get it back. Slaps this one underneath. Sokolsky, the one hanging high, now joins into the play. Good move by the Bulls. Big hit thrown along that right wall. Dixon has to hold up now. Sokolsky will bring it in. Through the middle, wanted Keller. The Bulls now hold on. Will Holden. Through the middle, finds a lane. Sierra shot and somehow kept away by Burkhardt. Still holding on the offensive zone. Sierra on his backhand tries to go between the legs. Burkhardt denies and holds on at 13:08. Face off win for the Bulls. Shot off the draw. Pad stop made against Tristan Pawinski. Caught along the walls, Ricky Crum. Leaves it off for Bellman. Bellman tries to escape. Pawinski all over him. Puck out of play by the locker rooms. And he'll do it from that right circle, the left of Carson Burkhardt. Once again, always thank you to the scoreboard. Located just a couple minutes away here from Frozen Pond Arena. Tickets on sale for tomorrow's matchup at 9cityforge.com, along with the second time and last time the Bulls come to town in a couple weeks, along with its Toledo Mobsters. Visit the Iron City Forge. All that available on IronCityForge.com. AJ Bellman. He's a back for Schmidt. Banked off the wall to center ice. Ostrander escapes one. Bulls on sides. Ostrander walks in. A shot blocker save there by Burkhardt. He banks forward. Morera leaves it off for Steele. Steele stutter stepping. Blocked away there by Bulls. And finished off by Jake Aqua. Will skate up himself. Puts one on. Saved by Hudek. Rebound pops free. Behind the net. Oaklawn gets buried behind. Trying to go up high to Cunningham. Toda breaks it up. Cross to Bellman. Bellman for Aquan. Walks in shot. Rebound for Toda. Just off his stick. Bellman to the middle, to the point. Bolu winds up a shot, and Hudek gets a piece of it. Wooster drags it through center. Ostrander to the outside. Looking in front for Reynolds. Stopped there by Burkhardt. And cleared by the forwards and length. This will be an icing at 11:26. Every face-off bigger than the last here in a tie game. 4-4. Face-off win for Wooster. Omenchensky backhand pad stop. Rebound is there. Omenchensky turning. He scores. Matt Omenchensky. His first of the season and first with the Bulls, and they get the lead back 5-4. Just a broken play that goes in favor of Wooster, and Omenchensky finds the back of the net in a big way. Forge been playing down all games, nothing new. 11 minutes now on the clock to get one back. Here's Keller. Cross ice to Sokolsky. Sokolsky gets it knocked off his stick, gets it back. Sharp angle chance, save there by Hudik. Bouncing puck. Picked up by Alec Krause. He turned up high, no one there. Sokolsky to Rupert. They'll play catch. Moved up now to Dixon. Ryan Dixon. Punched away by Remington Reynolds. Score! The captain ties it back up at 5. It's his 9th of the season. What a shot by the captain, Ryan Dixon. And the response from that top line strikes again. Just as quick as you can say, Wooster lead. They were all tied up again. Sokolsky sends it in. 5-5 your score now at the halfway mark of this third period. Holden storms up ice, leaves it off. Reynolds, sharp angle chance, and saved by Burkhardt, excuse me. Shots now 50 apiece for both sides. Offensive zone draw for the Bulls. Top line on the ice. They'll get the face-off win. Sierra to Reynolds. Tries to go cross sides, broken up by the forwards. Marquis Apont storms his way. Apont scores! Marquis Apont first on home ice. His second of his young career. And the Forge take the lead at the 10:02 mark. What a shot from the youngster driving down the left wall on his strong side. 6-5 Forge. Iron City with 2 straight. Get their second lead of the game. It's been all Wooster for the second and most of the third period. And now that suddenly is flipped. Marquis at point once again. Along the wall, along with AJ Bellman. Here's Bulls. Tries to bank it down low. Cross pass Pawinski. The steal has trouble holding on to it. Up high again, and they score. It's Morera's second of the game, and once again we are tied. Morera staying high. And Wooster putting some life back into that bench in a very quick fashion. The floodgates have certainly opened in this one. Benny Cunningham. For Aqua. Finds Bolu. Cross ice to Toda. To Doyle. Doyle has some trouble with it. Drives in front for Toda. Chance pushed wide of the net. Cunningham has to retreat. Doyle to Bolu. Down low. Toda pushing a man into the net. It'll come off its mooring there at 9:07. Another good chance here for the Forge. In response, trying to open this game back up in their favor. I feel like we got a lot of goals to catch up on here in a moment, don't we? Forge driving in, they score. Sokolsky, it's a hat trick. 7-6 Iron City. Jake Sokolsky stays high. 3 goals on the night and gives his team the lead. We even got a hat on the ice. Sokolsky's 10th of the season, 3rd of the game. 7-6 Iron City in what is a very heavy scoring third period. And Garrett Rupert in a lot of discomfort going awkwardly into that wall. Laboring his way. We're going to keep an eye on him. And a save there by Hudik, and Rupert. A lot of discomfort there, holding his, looks like the shoulder arm area. He's going to make his way to the dressing room. So they'll get the trainer to make his way off the penalty box and into the Iron City dressing room. Big loss if Garrett Rupert can't go the rest of this game. Been a staple on the blue line all season long. Keller to Dixon. Dixon finding Keller. Stick save by Hudik. Sokolsky keeps it in the O-zone for Iron City. Keller backhands a floater, goes wide of the net. Wooster trying to settle here. 8:15 to go in the game. Now down by 1 of the Bulls. Sokolsky will send it in. Behind the net, Keller the first to it. In front for Dixon. Bounces off the front of his stick. Sokolsky flies in. Kept it in momentarily. Walk can do the same. Sokolsky plays catch with Dixon. Dixon met by 2 Bulls players. Dixon trying to find some room off for Aquat. A shot blocked away by a Bull forward. And now they'll storm to the bench. Does Colt Reynolds after that block. Aquat at center. Then tap it in. Forge continue to get their change. The 7.5 mark. 7-6 Iron City. After an explosive third by both teams. Lewinsky sends it down for Steele. Zach Steele underneath finds Morera. Morera, backhand, rebound, still loose. Burkhardt a pair of saves up high to Caserta. Somehow gets it through. Burkhardt reads it with the legs. Ricky Crum drives it out of the zone. Gonna leave it off for Markia Pons. Couldn't get to it. At center past Benny Cunningham, and Kraus can tap at the center ice. Benny Cunningham off for Ricky Crum. Now to Richie Doyle. Doyle winds in a shot high over the net of Hudik. Kraus turns that puck over. Bulls trying to storm up ice. It's Morera leading it. Puts it on. A save by Burkhardt. Morera looking for the HT. Up high to Steele. Opens up. Saved by Burkhardt. Rebound crowd by Garrett Rupert. Good to see him back on the ice. Now Ricky Crum. One-on-one with Powinski. Powinski wins it with a block. And then throws Crum hard to the ice in the corner. It's met by Toda. Now Bolu throwing his weight around as well. Crum will head to the bench. Turnover. Toda to Bolu. Bolu throws his weight. Now storms down ice, and the save made. Still loose. Sokolsky battled in front and tapped out. Somehow, some way, and Johnston just now getting to his feet after the receiving end of that hit. .544 here in the third. Johnston able to get back to the bench okay. See if the trainer will make a trip to that Wooster bench. The trainer will go visit Ryan Johnson after a huge hit by Denny Bolu. Bulls on the face-off. Once again, the O-zone. Tied up by Dixon. Can't clear it out of the zone. Turned over. Holden. His chance block. Keller can tap it toward the Bull blue line. Sokolsky tries to dig his way into the zone. Has 3 already. Gives it off to Keller. Keller diving towards the zone. And Hudak with the stop. Kira lines up that one high over the net. And we had a... Oh, Sokolsky gets ran into. Seems like incidental contact. They'll have a chat regardless, and a penalty coming up to the Forge. So 5:04 here in the third. Wooster looks like they're heading to a power play. And they've yet to strike in that category, so it's seeming a very big moment for the Bulls to try to slow this game down a little bit. Tie it up. Face-off win for the Bulls. With Sierra. Off to Reynolds. Up high to Holden, manning the point. Down to the other point. Pressure comes from Sokolsky. Back up for Holden. Underneath. Through the middle of Manchetsky, a shot and blocked away. Sokolsky drives it to center. Gets his stick tied up in the arms of Casada. Holden. Through the middle, a loose puck broken up there by the Forge. Minute 20 of power play time, 4:25 in the game. Bulls getting a little desperate now to bring their guys a little bit lower here. Caserta walking in. Scores! Caserta with the lane gets it through, and we're all tied up at 7. It's a power play goal. They opened up a lane. Caserta with all day to shoot. Finds its way through Burkhart. It's 7-7. Third of the season for Caserta, his second on the power play for the season, and comes in a very big way to number 13 in the white and orange. 4 minutes to go. Backhand champ there is denied. Polinsky will pick it up along the back of the net. Ricky Crum comes out for the Forge. Crum with some room down that right wall. Puts it through the middle backdoor, had Marky Abont, and just wasn't able to find him. Steele dancing in, tries to tuck wide of Burkhart. It goes. Shots even 59-59. Now make it 60-59 in favor of Wooster. Rupert will hold. Throw this one along the wall. Through the middle, broken up. It's holding to Sierra. Dangles one to the outside. A shot. Burkhart makes the save and will hold on 3:18. Top line quickly comes out for Iron City. Wooster will get their second line out. Dixon will win into the wall for Iron City. The bank by Schmidt gets it out of the zone. Sokolsky to race. Caserta will get to it first. Keller gets a stick on it. We'll tie him up along the wall. Toward the Bull bench. Dixon breaks up momentarily. Sierra to the outside. Tries to go through the middle. Broken up by the Forge. Keller Can't get it out of the zone. Now the Forge defense can, but unable to hit Keller and Shrine. A big hit thrown by Reynolds. Holden walks in through traffic, saved by Burkhardt. The Bulls play it to the middle. Schmidt can clear and get this one to center ice. Will not be enough for an icing. Sokolsky, the one floating it down there. This one will go the length. Icing is called off. Behind the net. Bulls one-on-one. They score. All day to pull the trigger. And the Bulls make it an 8-7 game with 2:21 to go. Remington Reynolds is second of the game in a massive way here for Wooster. A lot of daylight for the Bulls, and timeout called by the Forges. Try to settle it down now as its full forces go here with not a lot of time left. Ryan City. Top guys are obviously on a little bit of break here. Coach Coulter and Coach McGuire trying to draw something up. If you're a Wooster, you gotta imagine that top line. If they're going to the bench, it's not gonna be for very long. Face up at center ice. Dixon and Omachetsky. Face-off goes in favor of the Forge. It's Cunningham quickly over to Aqua. Going to bank this one in. They'll go off the back of the net. It'll be tied up. Caserta takes it to the wall. Hooked away by Keller. They'll get this one off to Pawinski. Out of the zone to center and tapped down by Omachetsky. Aqua takes it behind the net. Now we'll storm up ice. Down the left wall past the Bulls bench. Tries to go underneath. He'll bank off the wall to Cunningham. Benny Cunningham gets knocked off the puck. And the Bulls will skate it to center and tap it into the zone. As expected, top line getting ready to go here in a moment. That steel unit's going to go first. Cunningham. Gonna send it around the horn. Ostrander can clear it. Keller can keep it alive for a moment, now pushed out. 1:20 to go. Rupert leaves it for Keller. Keller down the right wall with some room. Splits the pair. Makes his way to Morera. And can get it out of the zone. Now a possibility for a 2-on-1 with Steele. Gets it across. He scores. Zach Steele with the dagger. It's 9-7 Bulls. A heartbreaker in the final minute here for the Forge. And Zach Steele collects it and makes this a 2-goal game. $59.9. Still some time on the clock to make some damage happen. It's Richie Doyle trying to go across the bow. Lou, and a diving effort by Hudick to make the stop. Oh, so close, making it a 1-goal game. Burkhart will be pulled. 52.9. Tied up on the face-off. Be sent around the horn. Kept alive by Toda. Fry underneath the Bolu. Bolu looking for lane for Doyle. Broken up by the Bulls defense. And they're going for the empty netter. It's Holden for the HT, just one. Sierra crunched on by Fry. They try to dig this one out. Down goes Holden. Up to the point. Picerda puts it on. Blocked away. Rebounds there and cleared by the Forge to center. 20 seconds to go. Reynolds. Trick goal. Empty netter. A lot of hat tricks in this game. Remington Reynolds gets his. And it's a 3-goal deficit for the Forge. Remington Reynolds, the dagger. So 13.6 to go. Marky Apont will send this one down. Kowinski will hold along the wall, and the Bulls will take game one of the series 10-7 here tonight at Frozen Pond Arena. One eventful game here that goes in favor of the orange and white. And they'll do it again tomorrow. Before the Bulls getting a much-needed victory. As the Forge salute their fans, another hard-fought battle here at Frozen Pond Arena. But the Bulls getting their 4th win of the season, overtaking the Forge in the standings. And tomorrow, we're in for a treat. Tightly contested between these two. You got to imagine that tomorrow's going to be even better. But thank you all for joining us here tonight. We really, really appreciate the support. Wooster fans, you guys are awesome in the comments. Forge fans, you were just as loud in the arena and in the chat. Love and respect to all of you guys that watch here tonight. Let's do it again tomorrow, shall we? About 12:15, 12:30-ish. Puck drop is seemingly what we're aiming for. Have a great night, everybody. Let's do it again tomorrow. Bulls 10, Forge 7.